And on the technicals, now we're joined by Kunal Rambhia, founder and fund manager at The Streets. Kunal, thank you so much for joining in with us this afternoon on ET Now. And let's start with your first stock then. Sri Renuka Sugar from the sugar space. That's the stock that you've picked out for us. How are the charts looking for this one in the long term? What are the targets that you're keeping an eye out on Sri Renuka Sugar? In the last 6 months, it's been a bit of a flip-floppy trade when you look at it.
Very good afternoon to everyone. So we discussed about this Renuka Sugar, I think previous week when the counter was near the consolidation zone of around 41, 42. If you look at the broader formation on the last 1 year chart, the counter has been successfully trading above 41.5 kind of zone, and that turned out to be the strong support. The previous 6 months of consolidation is taken out decisively. What we can see on the chart right now is just in 2 days, this counter is gone up by almost 7.5-8%. So it's a broader sideways consolidation breakout. One can initiate a buy on this. The first stop loss on this will be 45. One can think of accumulating even on decline. The targets can be placed near 52 and 55.
All right, so that's the view coming in on Sri Renuka. Let's move on and let's talk about IRCTC. How is this one looking in the charts to you?
So if you look at the formation of IRCTC in last 15 days or 20 days approximately, the counter has been a sideways consolidation, and the extreme bottom was seen near to 615 and the resistance is around 630. Now in today's session also it made a high of 628.90, nearing that resistance and coming down again, just waiting for the breakout. So it's a wait and watch trade which one can keep an eye on. Buying above 630 with the stop loss of 625. And the first target can be 655. Now that's based on the historical higher top, higher bottom formation as well as the consolidation breakout. So buying above 630, conditional target of 655.
Okay, keeping an eye out on those levels for IRCTC. But let's GMR Infra, Kunal. And on the charts, what are you picking up in terms of the technicals over here? 19% uptick in the last 6 months. How much more upside are you expecting now?
So, the interesting observation on this chart is that it's clearly making higher top, higher bottom formation even on the weekly charts, and that's from the extreme lows of 2021. And now it's heading for a new breakout. That breakout is placed at around 45. It's already trading above that. Just a couple of days of more closing above 45 will open the doors till 55 levels. So it's a positional trade. One can keep an eye on the closing of above 45 with the stop loss of 40 and the target of 55.
Okay, let's move on and talk about
Wilson Solar.
Absolutely. So this counter is something which we have been tracking since long, and we discussed about this counter on the first breakout of around 310. The target was 365, 370, and what we can see is on Friday it actually hit the high of 372.95. That's almost near to the target. This seems to be the perfect resistance for time being. Advisable to book the profits for now. And now the conditional trade here is going to be if this counter manages to close about 370 zone, then the doors are open for 445 to 450 levels. So but we'll have to wait for a couple of days closing. So for now, booking the profits at this level is advisable. About 370, if it counter sustains for 2 days, one can initiate a buy again. 350 will be the stop loss, 450 will be the target for it.
Okay, let's then. And Kunal, what is the indication you're picking up for Industars? What is the target that you're keeping an eye out on?
It's a clearly higher top, higher bottom making counter, and since last 15 to 20 days, this counter was in consolidation of 165 to 160 levels. This counter decisively came above the resistance, retested the same, and now again heading for a new higher top, higher bottom. The entire downtrend which we are witnessing on the weekly chart of last 1.5 years is now coming to an end. So it's a very positional trade. One can initiate a buy at the present level. Stop loss will be 165. I think now this counter is ready for the levels of 200 plus, but for time being we keep the target of 185 and then we'll keep revising again.
Okay, let's move on and